Yep, go ahead.
All last night, eating, just talking about everything and fried bread, Well, we don't have a whole lot of solutions. It got really personal for us. But what we did come to is that there needs to be more awareness about ICWA and the effects it has on Native children, Native families, the communities, tribal leaders, and how it should be, basically taught, I would say in schools even. Council leaders should be, discussing it, possibly coming up with their own solutions. You know what I mean? Families and friends should be, aware of it, basically. And if you're on social media, spread the word. Let's see here. And from what we understand is that the more awareness that is out there regarding ICWA, there's more solutions. And, you can reach out to Native families who are going through these things, from where their children are being taken from their homes, who, have no real guidance. So, thank you guys. The three amigos are signing up.
I ordered, it's coming, no, nice efforts. I think the summary and the how to summarize a article or articles you've never seen before, just step back after reading it and then read it again and, just do bullet points or numbers 1 through 10 of main points that you took and then make those sentences. Because summaries are used all the time in research. And for your speech to inform, you will have to have 3 articles that support your topic. And so you're going to take information that you've read and put it inside your speech. That's why you're given 2 weeks to put it together. So before you head out today, I do want to give you, this is in Google Classroom under materials. The speech to inform is over 200 points. And so by the time we get to this place, most are very well organized. And they know that they have a major speech here, and then another big one with a speech to persuade that we'll work on after spring break. The due dates for the informative speech are before spring break. You've already been given a day to present. And I'll go through, it's only 1 page, the specs or the specifics for this speech. Just so you kind of can get your topic posted by tomorrow. And again, you're not persuading, you're just giving information. That's the facts now. Persuasion is a little more complicated, that's why we wait till after you rest up spring break. All right, so I want to give you this today, and then I'm going to give you a sample paper outline so that in your brain you have a visual. Oh, this is kind of a biggie. Yeah, we don't do this at the beginning of the semester because you kind of have to have the stepping stones. So the purpose of the informative is to provide information on a topic that could be useful or interesting to you and to the audience. The range of topics for the informative speech is very broad. I put a couple links in the materials, but you can Google college informative speech topics and you'll get 500 of them. So try to find a topic that interests you. So if you want to visit New Zealand, tell us 5 things about New Zealand that you want to learn about. Could be their food, could be their fashion, could be their tribes. You can pick anything that, floats your boat. Because obviously, if you care, it's going to show with your nonverbals and your voice and your facial expressions. Unlike the demo, you will not be demonstrating a process. That is so over. But rather informing the audience factually using database articles. Minimum of 3. Minimum, okay? There's also a visual aid. You know, we had one with the group, my other class has one with the group. So you can use a Google slide, a PowerPoint slide, you put it in your outline so it's openable, just like it was today. She shared it with me, it opened. And I make it mandatory for this one because after you're done putting your speech together, it's not tough to put a couple slides together. I don't mean 20 slides, folks. If you just want to do one of the map of New Zealand, you do that. That's fine. I do have some students who like to have several because it becomes a transition for their talk. But it's very individual, but I do want at least one, okay? One of the primary goals of the informative speech is to provide information in a non-biased, objective manner. That's why we go to the databases. They're scientific, they're writers, they're published. Avoid stating any opinions in the speech or making suggestions to your audience, and instead provide them with relevant information. We had that today. We had some personal testimonies today, which is biased, but we did have facts. We had facts, okay? Feel free, of course, to make the speech entertaining, so long as the relevant information comes through. Many times for the attention getter, students will have something humorous, because then they got the hook. It can be on a visual aid, it can be a joke, it can be a riddle, and as soon as they do that, they've got them for the rest of the 5 minutes. Interesting, it does happen. And then you'll upload your final outline into Turnitin, and I will give you specific directions for that. Because we do that for the students. 5 to 7 minute presentation using visual aid chapters 14 and 15 in your book. Those are excellent chapters to go to. They have sample speeches. I put about 10 sample speeches in the materials if you want to start watching them. Your outline should have an intro, body, and conclusion, 3 to 5 key points. It should be all MLA format. The template that I shared with you up there is all MLA. 3 MLA sources on your Works Cited page. I also want the permalink. And then a visual aid using slides, PowerPoints, memes, Kahoots. We've had students do 3-question Kahoot. Have you done a Kahoot this week? Not yet. But Kahoots can be kind of fun as an intro or as a closer and give your people a quiz on your data. So it can work both ways. If you've never done a Kahoot, you don't have to. And we'll kind of go through it in class next week.
What's a Kahoot?
Yeah, you'll learn next week. Anyway, an introduction, you must have an introduction. That's why you wrote one for your children's story. Intros are very short and sweet, but you should have one. You shouldn't stand up there and say, "Hi, my speech today is on New Zealand." That's not an intro. Ding. And then your intro should have an attention getter, and it should tell us what you're going to tell us. It's a roadmap. Respect your audience so you let them know what you're going to share with them. Because then they go, "Oh." And in their brains they go, they're going to cover this. The body of your speech is a factual explanation where you will provide the majority of your information. And you will use information from your sources to back it up. For the little stories, the anecdotes, we got statistics today. You don't have to put a zillion of them in there, but it's really important to have factual information. And then your conclusion, you are expected to conclude your speech with a summary of what people should have gotten from it. Now, this is a bare bones outline. I like short outlines. I read them quickly, I remember what you're going to cover, you give your speech. Some students like to write the whole thing out. That's okay. Because everyone is an individual learner, and some just like it word for word. They just like to have it all in front of them. Some like the skeleton, like this. As a teacher, I like the skeleton because they see your main points, see what you're going to do. And this one's on the 7 wonders of the world. It's very clean, very boring. That is MLA. The template for this, and this example is in the materials, okay? And so this is kind of going to give you a heads up on kind of how to put it together. Again, in 5 minutes with, 3 factual articles, the articles are going to give you the meat and potatoes for your speech. okay? And so use them, take what's interesting from them.
Okay, doing anything, just look at these stickers.
Bobby's so quiet, he gets A for effort. Okay, and this one is on the 7 wonders of the world. Although I would create my own wonders instead. Introduction, and then they talk about, at the end of the introduction, some British archaeologist and a quotation from him. And then the first one is the Great Pyramid, Division 3. The third one there, or the second one is the Hanging Gardens. Then we go to the Temple of Artemis. Then we go to Statue of Zeus, the Mausoleum, and the Colossus of Rhodes, and the lighthouse at Alexandria, Egypt. And then you see the conclusion. So, and then on the last page you see the MLA, and then the slide presentation link. And that will open if you share it with overmoj@gmail.com. And the information for doing that is all in the classroom. Because we've taught this here now, this is my 8th, well, 2 summer sessions, 10th semesters here, so. But the visual aid will just be a live link like Ebony's was today, how quickly, when you put it in the Google Doc in your outline, it's there. And you'll each have to have some kind of visual aid to support your message. Some have it right at the beginning, some generally introduce it with each of the big steps, and some will just conclude with a visual, okay? And then your works cited, again, you know, it's not references, it's works cited, it's alphabetical, double-spaced, very clean. You know, it's a little different than APA. I know the psychology papers are coming in today. But MLAs, you know, your composition teacher, me, maybe a couple others. So it's like, the template that I put in Google Classroom is available. So, topics by tomorrow, so that's the rush, but why wait? And then the outline I would also like to see posted. I get baby points for that, like 10 here, 10 there. But stay with the class, don't fall behind, even with some baby assignments, okay? And this one got you researching. So I was going to give you a survey. How many can get into the electronic resources all by their lonelies? Half or over half, okay? And maybe you all knew it before you started. And if you went in there maybe last summer school, you got the rust out now. So when you figure out your topic tonight, and remember, no duplicates. So Bobby and Brandon can't do the same, white-tailed deer in the Badlands, which is a great topic. And I had deer sausage last night. I had summer sausage last night with jalapeno, and the night before I had deer sausage. My son-in-law has connections, and I love venison. It's very healthy for you. So it's like white-tailed deer, you could have a speech on that. So if you're a hunter, a fisherman, you like, the environment, find a topic that really floats your boat, because it shows, okay? And topic selection is hard. It's grueling. Yeah.
Can I do biography?
I usually say no to people. Yeah. Because we kind of get into a rut. And I usually just say no to biographies. Who are you going to do, dude? Bobby McFerrin. No.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, God. You just made not my day. You gotta give them credit. I never watched it, but you gotta give them credit for their ability in the makeup industry and and the fake buns, whatever that's a whole culture. Where you can get your Spanx now with the implantable.
I'm gonna do how.
Who would go
When you
chop
guys
off
asked
down
about
there?
what was
Oh my
1989
God, they
like?
have plastic surgery on the front.
Was it
It hurts.
last week you asked
It
what
hurts to think
1989
about
was
it.
like?
Anyway, but yeah, pop culture,
But you asked her what it was like.
music,
You-
tribal
So, you know what it was
topics,
like?
No, I didn't.
geography, and you won't mess it up with me, because I promised my child I'd go on Jeopardy before I died.
Anyway, after you
She was 15, she was on the couch, she goes, Mom, come here, and I thought, oh. I'm gonna be the early grandma. And so I go sit down by her and I go, what is it, what is it? She goes, will you promise me something before you die? Okay. Will you try to get on Jeopardy?
No, and in the 70s.
Not good, but I love it. Anyway, so if you think of the categories on Jeopardy, if you watch it,
Just the way I want it.
I usually am fine, except for want to make meth and abortion. I won't listen to those.
You know, do the.
I just won't listen to them. And so that's.
That's coding, remembering everything.
Yes. And napping, sleep is a great topic at midterm. So when you guys come in here the week of before midterms and the week of midterms, get your speeches and go home and go sleep for 7 days, because you work full time.
2 years later.
You'll be pleasantly surprised, because once you have a solid intro, you present, you come in, sit as audience, and then, yeah, I'm a high grader by the time you perform. Today's grades were remarkable. Yesterday's were fantastic.
That was
So,
mine.
I didn't know you guys had a solution. I know, it's like, I had to put the camera back on. I did, where you have your list of group discussions and
Is that what we
I'll put
put it in
videos up there.
Okay.
And I did put the Zoom one from Netherlands yesterday, so if you want to watch. The teacher wrote me about 40 emails today. Mine were so kind of nervous, because they were. Any questions? What's your next speech?
Tell me.
Michael, I need one.
What?
For you, Ken.
Tell me about it.
Let me write it there.
Do you like marbles?
That's a
I
good
have one in
one,
my
actually.
online.
I'm bringing
We got really good references. They were a little bit ahead of me. See you Tuesday, remember, no school Monday. Yay!
Do you want me to write that in there?
My next thing is the Star Wars.
Oh, I forget about Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. I literally, Dr. J.
The new Mandalorian comes out on Star Wars.
This assignment had me second guessing like crazy, so I don't want to do that again.
What, the group that we talked about last week?
Yeah.
So very good.
I mean, my article.
I know.
Summarize. What?
Second half phobia. I'm doing the strange phobia.
like Randy.
So I can include pictures.
Yeah.
So we need a
So what are you
topic
gonna do
and
for
we
your
need an
next topic?
outline too.
How do you body language?
I don't know. I thought we just had to have our topic. It's just a
It
topic.
interests me. I used to be real quiet when I was a kid. Now I can't.
Well, you guys are a duo.
You like that?
Yeah.
Well, it's nice that people talk to each other, because sometimes in class, nobody talks, you know, so. But this is the kind of class where we get kind of chatty. But no, I think you can do that.
How do I do this?
Today is fine. You were nervous.
I know.
Don't be, you're with these guys.
I better got, yeah.
No, and that's okay, you can watch the video, just see how you, there's just a little, but it gets better. But you just have to keep doing it a few more.
For me, I look at it as better than failure.
Oh, no.
I mean, I realize
No,
that.
it's not, it's easy, you wouldn't be in here, you know?
Well, talking's easy for me, it's just that
The prep.
this
The prep.
is kind of putting a muzzle on my personality because it's
Don't let it,
presenting
don't let it.
formal, all this stuff, so it's,
It doesn't always have to be formal. I ramble a little
Outline
bit.
tomorrow.
She rambled,
I mean,
Outline tomorrow too?
just the empty outline.
Hey, we got it.
Empty outline?
That one is really big, so you might want to narrow it.
I mean, I'm leaning more towards like the old Star Wars instead of the new Star Wars.
Yeah.
Cool, Star Wars.
Also, you wrote in the wrong section.
Okay, yeah. Just so you
But
know.
he's in there, you know?
He's in there. We just want you to
Great,
Tony, so.
Oh, okay, okay.
We just don't want you to grade Tony for his.
For Bob, no, I know Bobby.
Okay,
We just realized when we were looking at it.
so I put 5 in Bobby's.
Hey, he's in there, and that's a step, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have hard attacks over that. And oh, you guys did really well. It's hard, but you got organization going, you know where the databases are.
like I said, it's just hard for me to put a muzzle on because me, I'm usually a good talker. I've got the gift of gab. I can go in a room and I
Right.
talk to anybody.
Right.
But doing it in this setting as part of knowing how to do it
With
format, being organized, and so it just has me second guessing, and I guess you could probably see that.
Don't
Like it's
second
just-
guess, because everyone's, 99.9% of us are, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Hola, oh, yeah, we had groups today, so it's a mess.
Oh,
Oh, switch it up. Oh, this is your creative writing?
yep.
Okay, they wouldn't mind the mess. See you later.
No. I needed to, right,
And there's no heat, but I ordered it,
okay.
because it was bad
I was
in
gonna
here.
say, it is currently chilly, but doable. Oh, our department meeting is next Wednesday, right? Okay, so Sherry Oakland had to reschedule with Ron and me because we were gonna go
At
over
4?
English stuff
Yeah.
like yesterday,
Yeah,
but she apparently had double booked herself, and so
Yeah.
she scheduled it for next week,
yeah,
from 3:30 to 4:30 or whatever.
yeah,
So,
that's fine.
okay,
And I have a Gerda at 3.
oh,
And Dakota went to get, no, he didn't make his, but he has class, and it's so hard, but he said his history 101, 103, 104 were approved, and she sent a nice note to him, and he got to vote. She sent him an electronic vote, so, with the peers, so. Have you been to the Gerda meeting? I haven't either.
I looked through it and I couldn't see anyone for English, and I was like, that's so weird.
Yeah, because they sent it to me, but I forwarded it to you and Ron.
Oh, okay.
That was January. But I haven't heard about the English meeting, so I'll look.
Yeah,
Because I
I'll look.
have
It might be with
humanities.
It might be that, so here's the thing, if you send me invites to things, I usually just accept them and know that they're gonna go on my calendar. So it's entirely possible that
It's on there.
it is on my calendar and I just haven't run across it yet.
Because I have class and I can't go to one, and I would love to, but she sent me 7 of them, and I'm like, I don't think so. But I do speech communication, the humanities I couldn't do because I teach. And,
Mitch, I
and,
just wanted to change user, why is this taking?
oh, it's been just a cluster lately. You know what I've had to do with this, the blue? I've had to shut it off down there and restart.
Not that up.
Yep, good group discussions. 2 days in a row. Oh, it is chilly back here in the corner.